Hey everybody, this is Nick from Mecca Warehouse, and I am back with another weekly update number 10. It's actually also the first update of the new year. I'm recording this New Year's Eve, but you're seeing it on New Year's Day. And so Happy New Year to all of you out there, and thank you for watching. So first up, let's talk about the live stream. Hopefully some of you caught the charity live stream that was last Saturday. I streamed for 26 hours straight working on the PG GPO1. Built the entire core GPO1 kit. Didn't build any weapons or accessories or any of the FB stuff, but it was a long stream. We had a few interesting hiccups. I actually had the breaker for some reason in my office flip twice in the middle of the night. Never had it happen before, so I have no idea what caused it. Hasn't happened since. Probably should look into it, but that was interesting. Over the course of that 26 hours, though, we raised over $8,000 for Shriners Hospitals for Children. So it's an amazing thing, and I really wanted to take a moment to thank all of you who participated, those who donated, those who hung out with me for any length of time, but especially those who made it, 20 or more hours. There were definitely a few people that basically watched the entire thing, which is insane to me. I know how hard it was for me to stay awake while I was actively building, but to have somebody else stay up with me basically that whole time is crazy. So thank you to everybody who watched, participated, etc., and those who donated, because I think we made a big difference, and it makes me really happy, especially considering that it wasn't an easy couple hour thing. It's a long commitment. And so I think it was a great stream. Next up, let's do weekend review. Talk about what happened this week at the warehouse, things that are coming up maybe. And so this has been the last week of the year. Is the week leading up into the stream. Not a whole lot going on. Recovering from the live stream. The biggest thing that happened this week, though, was we received 2 pallets worth of kits on I believe it was Tuesday, and in that pile of kits in those pallets, we had some crushed boxes. If you were following our social media, you might have seen some pictures put out about them. I think they're actually some of them like this nice ball of Sinanju Verka there, no longer a square-shaped box, but rather kind of rounded, dome-like. And so we got some stuff smashed up. So that's always fun. Basically, the process that happens with that is I take a bunch of pictures, I send a list of what was damaged back to the supplier, and they tell me what they want to do. Lately, they're having me send stuff back, and then they're basically filing a claim, and they're reimbursing me or replacing those damaged items. Things that are less damaged, we often will sell on the Discord as part of our Dings and Dents lottery. So if you're not familiar with that, basically what we do is put up some items each day. I randomly draw winners based on who's interested in them, and then people get those kits at a discount. Usually it's about 15%, sometimes a little bit more, occasionally a little bit less. And it's a good way for me to get rid of stuff that's damaged. But when things are that damaged, I can't discount it enough to not lose money on it and feel good about selling it at that price. So that's where the distributor has to either take it back or perhaps discount me so I can further discount it. So it's unfortunately is what it is. Invariably, somebody's going to ask about the Discord. If you want to join the Discord is for customers only. You get a link when you make your first purchase in an email, not your tracking info email or anything like that. It'll be a separate email. If you've made a purchase and you haven't gotten said email, you haven't got an invite link, let me know and I will help you out. But that's the only way in. It's restricted to customers, not because I'm trying to force people to buy stuff from Mecca Warehouse, but because it helps keep the Discord a very amicable community. We don't have too many issues with people, coming in and being jerks or anything like that. Everybody's quite pleasant and it works out quite well. What else happened this week? Actually, this is less of a this week, but I'm working on the new website, hopefully releasing it sometime early next year. There's just a lot of little details that have to get worked out, updating things and the like to be ready for it, but it is coming. I've fixed the whole in-stock filtering thing. That's probably the most requested feature. will be on the new website, and there's some other awesome stuff I think in it. It'll look a lot cleaner, and I think it'll be easier to navigate and easier to find things. So I'm really excited about that. All right, and next up, we'll make this its own section because I think it's a big deal, but Mecca Warehouse is hiring officially this time, and I will actually hire somebody this time, I promise, because I am losing my mind. I need help. There's too much stuff to do in the warehouse. I'm like getting to the end of the day today and wish I had had help today, and I don't even know what I would have had them do. But at any rate, there's always stuff that needs doing. I need help in the warehouse. So I'm hiring a Mecca minion, or really a warehouse associate, whatever you want to call it, but somebody to come in probably Mondays like 10 to 4 and Fridays like noon to 4 or so, to basically pack orders, maybe help with checking an inventory, helping keep the place clean, stuff like that, and hopefully eventually have more hours and more things that I can give to that individual to help offload myself, so I can do the things that only I can do: marketing stuff, shoot more videos, make more purchases, and spend more time figuring out what to stock and things like that, and just the things that I need to do to help grow Mecca Warehouse. So if you are interested, there will be a link down in the description with the full job description and instructions on how to apply. I'm looking to move quickly and hire somebody in the next couple weeks because I just need help. I need Mondays, I basically spend the whole day packing orders. Friday, I often spend a good part of the day packing orders, and those hours I could really use for a lot of other stuff. So if you're interested and you're local here in New Hampshire, or perhaps you want to move, but at 10 hours a week, you've got to be really motivated to want to move out here for a part-time job, definitely take a look, and hopefully we'll find somebody quickly who is motivated and capable. Okay, next up. Anyway, change of gears. Restocks. I've only got a few of them over here. We restocked a huge restock today. Today being Friday, the day that you're watching this. Tons of new stuff. We got the Wing Zero. I swear I've slept since Saturday, Sunday, whenever that was. Wing Gundam Zero Verka were restocked. We got some other interesting restocks, kits that have been popular in the past. Just a couple examples: the Jesta cannon we have back in stock, which is awesome. The Earth 3 Gundam. I know the core Gundams are popular. We've got the Gundam GPO2. We've got, in high grade, we've got some high res Wing Zero, and we got some other stuff. One other one that we got, this one's kind of exciting, is the Sinanju Verka, but the titanium finish version. This is pretty cool. It's got that like metallicized coating on it, which is really cool. So if you haven't recently, I would definitely take a look at our restocks and new additions list today, because there's a lot of stuff, tons of kits, a lot of very exciting kits, and I think worth checking out. Q&A. Let's do Q&A. I almost forgot about Q&A. So just before I forget, if you have a question you want to ask about Mecca Warehouse, about myself, about anything, shoot it down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to put on my list to answer in a future video. But let's get to it. So the first question I have today is from DK. Merry Christmas. Q&A. What's your favorite kit of all time, past or present? Do you have a white whale kit that you want to buy and build? So I think my favorite kit of all time is probably, there's so many good ones, so it's really hard to choose, but if I had to choose one, it might be the Master Grade Heavy Arms, the EW version. It was a fun kit. I was big into heavy arms when I was in a Gundam Wing. It does the build justice, and it's pretty awesome, and I'll probably be building at least 2 more between the EGIL unit and the heavy arms custom that I'll be getting soon. In terms of white whale, the white whale that I've basically gotten or will be getting in the next month or so was the Gundam Wing Master Grades, the P Bandai versions. They were so expensive, they're hard to find, and they thankfully reprinted them recently, and they'll be actually shipping out soon. So was able to get them at an affordable price, which is exciting. The other one that I would be very happy about getting is the Jesta Cannon, the master grade. Back when I first started the shop, and we were doing P Bandai at the time, I tried to order them to have in the shop, but unfortunately my Japanese supplier at the time was unable to get any before the Japan P Bandai sold out, and so unfortunately I was not able to get them. So that's probably the one kit that I'm looking for that I haven't been able to get so far, but there's probably a few others, but yeah, let's go with that. Okay, Leighton May says, here we go. I got a question. Are there any new gunpla-based skills you look forward to learning or doing more of in the future, i.e. scribing, scratch building, panel lining, etc.? So scribing is definitely one I want to do. I've played a tiny bit with it. I never really got too far into it. I think I need better tools and just to invest the time. And time is the killer for me right now. I just don't have time. Started playing with weathering a little bit. I would love to do more scratch building. I've done a tiny bit, not on kits itself, but scenery and stuff like that. I'd love to work on dioramas. I got some big plans for stuff like that. Photo etch, pretty much everything. I want to learn and try everything at some point. Again, it's just time. So someday maybe I'll have some spare time. Last question for today. On Rye Bread asks, I'm curious how you go about purchasing your own kits. Do you buy them from yourself? From what I understand from reading the Bluefin Agreement, when I was looking into starting a hobby shop, the kits we would get from them are resale only. I always thought it would be weird to put cash into my own till or something, but whatever has to be done for that sweet plastic crack. So this is an interesting question and a very good question. So yes, the agreements for a lot of wholesalers often say that you are buying stuff to resell and not buying stuff for yourself. They do this for a couple of reasons. One is to protect themselves from liability, because in a lot of states, when you're buying from a wholesaler, you do not have to pay sales tax, and therefore they don't want to be selling to somebody who's trying to go around that tax. Here in New Hampshire, not a problem. So that's number one, which is pretty cool. Number two, a lot of business owners, when they're getting inventory for themselves, they basically do pay for the items. Sometimes they're paying for them at cost, but they're not necessarily getting the item for free. Maybe they're putting their money back into the business or treating it as an owner's draw. It's complicated tax stuff. I don't want to give anybody tax advice or anything like that, so we'll leave that part at that. But finally, for a lot of the stuff that I get from the shop, I'm not really owning it myself. I consider it part of my marketing budget. So the shop may still own a kit that has become part of my backlog, or I call part of my backlog, and I'm doing it because I know I'm going to build it at some point. I'm going to use it in my stream, which is part of my marketing, or I'm going to build it and I'm going to post pictures on Instagram, which is going to help build awareness. And so that's kind of my workaround for that. Honestly, I don't think they care too much as long as you are not abusing it and using the wholesale thing in order to line your own pockets with kits. Not that you can fit kits in your pockets, but I think you guys understand what I mean. So yeah, it's one of those things. I think they got to put the words in there to protect themselves more than anything, and it's to discourage people from coming in, creating wholesale accounts just to buy kits for themselves, which is not worth their time and potentially a liability. All right, so that's it for Q&A. So again, if you got a question, post it down below. I'd be more than happy to answer it next time. And that's basically all I got for today. But before I end this video, I really wanted to stop up for a moment and thank all of you for an amazing year. 2020 is a year filled with mixed emotions for me at least. I'm not sure about everybody else. It's the year that I went from selling gunpla as a small side hustle to at least trying to make it my full-time thing and not doing work for anybody else or anything else other than buying and reselling gunpla and tools and all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't do that without you. So thank you, my customers. Thank you, our Discord members. Thank you to everybody who has watched one of my videos, checked out one of my posts, any of that stuff. I really appreciate each and every one of you. It's been an amazing year. I wish it were under better circumstances. I hate the whole COVID thing and what it's done for a lot of stuff, but I have to look back at it with gratitude, because I think without the random luck of the circumstances of COVID, I don't think I would be here shooting this video in a warehouse behind me doing this stuff. I would probably still be consulting, probably kind of miserable, and maybe selling a little bit of gunpla on the side. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me that that you guys support me, follow what I'm doing, and obviously that you buy for me. So thank you so much. Hope you guys all had a great New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. And hopefully this year is a much better year for everybody than 2020 was. All right, guys. See you next time.